Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Rose and I have a new Animal Crossing video for you here today. This one is holiday themed and I am bringing you a speed build of an interior based on a living room where people would be wrapping presents on Christmas Eve. I will be talking about my process while working on this, so I hope you find that informative and enjoyable. I use a lot of red and green in this just because, it's a classic. Those colors always remind me of Christmas. I've always been more of a very colorful lights sort of person for Christmas, not so much the muted whites, silvers, and blues or golds. I typically like to do a lot of red and green and splashes of color. So those are going to be the colors we're focusing on today, but I'm starting with something more neutral, of course using that beautiful falling snow wall. I can't get enough of it for this season. And there's something about the log chairs that feel very cozy to me, especially when you customize them, put pillows on them, which I will get to later. So I'm grabbing some cardboard boxes, a fireplace. I also use some of the antique furniture in here. I didn't settle on one specific tone of wood. You see I also have a tea table here. Sometimes I try to be very, very specific about what color wood I'm using, but because I'm going to have multiple colors throughout the room here, I didn't mind too much having slightly different tones of wood. I also don't use any custom designs for patterns in this video. I focused on using things that you can get from the Able Sisters. Partially because I don't really have any spaces open for custom designs at this point, so that's why. Here I'm grabbing a few decorative items. I really like the idea of having tea out in living rooms. I actually have a cup of tea next to me right now. I'm pulling out several different items that are designed to be wrapped, so they are presents. Also some decorations throughout the room. There's a pile of books in the corner. I also put some various things on the fireplace mantle. And I also have the dollhouse for decoration, the puppy, which I treat the puppy plushie like an actual puppy, because it just looks a little too much like an actual puppy for me to treat it like a toy. I had a really hard time picking a shirt design for the bear. I thought about going with that deep blue and the red because I do actually really like those colors together, but it felt just a little bit too busy. So I ended up going with one of the lighter blue, more Christmassy patterns because I thought it matched the walls very well. I like using the rugs for pops of color, so of course I was focusing on both a red carpet and you'll see later I pull in a larger green carpet. My one advice for when you are working on builds is to not be super attached to the way things work initially. I end up moving things around, so I sort of shift things a bit. I take my time to go back and forth. I really liked working on the wall decorations. It's actually quite the challenge with this wallpaper. As beautiful as it is, there are so many windows and it just feels weird putting wall decorations on windows because, I don't know, to me it just doesn't make sense realistically. So I focused on filling in the gaps between each of the windows, which meant very, very small wall ornaments, no pictures and whatnot. But I thought the blue pots and the green of the greenery for the potted ivy looked really nice in the room. The harder part was figuring out what to do on this wall, because I wanted to change it up and not have plants all the way around. I thought the starry garland would be a cool touch, but I had a really hard time nailing down what color I liked the most. I think the white's pretty, but it wasn't totally what I was going for. As I described earlier, I tend to really like colorful things for Christmas, so I do end up playing around with the colors for the starry garland before I end up settling on a color. But I'm curious, for this room, what's your preference? What color would you go with? After a lot of thinking, I ended up settling on green. I did like a few different colors, but I thought green looked the best when the lights were turned off with all the other green accents in the room. And to finish it off, I of course needed a set of stockings in the room. I went with the colorful one. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll have a list of all of the items I used in the description box below. I do stream Animal Crossing on Twitch at least once a week. I do stream 3 times a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern if you're ever interested in stopping by. I really like how this room turned out. It was like a pretty casual build for me. I didn't try to stress out over it too much. I just liked pulling a ton of items out that were in the colors that I wanted and arranging them as I went along. Thanks so much for watching, and if this does inspire you on any builds of your own, please feel free to tag me in your posts. You can follow me on Instagram at Rose of Rosebud for my Animal Crossing posts, and I'd love to see what you come up with. Thanks for watching, and have a very, very happy holiday season.